This is Rachelle K here with My Child Too. I have two guests that have been through a tragedy, and I want them to introduce themselves. They're very close to my heart. People that I know and their loved ones that they lost are also very, very close to my heart. And so we're talking about tragedies and we're talking about grief and how we get through it. And we just want to get some insight of their situations and what they've been through. We have with us Lillian Gay Bishop. Lillian's mom was, I hate to use the word murdered, but that's the word that it is, by her second husband that she had one child with. Lillian's mom um, had a total of 8 children, and the last child was by this person. This person lured her, however, we don't know, into a hotel room, and then he stabbed her and killed her. And it hurts even to talk about it this day. So, what we're going to go into is we're going to go into grief, but first we're going to hear from Marvin.
Yeah, so my situation, it was like back in 98. And I was 16 at the time. Back then, like I used to sleep real hard or whatever, as a child because we stayed in Riverdale. So it was like the train tracks was like right behind my house. So, I think that's what made me sleep as hard as I did, you know what I'm saying? But this night I had went to bed a little early. I went to bed a little early or whatever. So my brother come in, wake me up. You know what I'm saying? Just shaking me, waking me up, just shaking me, waking me up. So I finally get up. He all hysterical, like, man, somebody killed mama or whatever. I'm what? Somebody killed mama. Woo, woo, woo. So I jump up, I run towards the front door because I'm thinking like, because on the side of our house she used to park. My mama used to wear jewelry and stuff like that. So first thing I was thinking, like somebody, she left house, she was coming in, somebody tried to rob her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But as I'm running towards front door, he pulled me back like, is she in the room? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So he like, she in the room. So I go in now or whatever and see her, and she's gone already, you know what I'm saying? My brother, he he was acting like, how we got hysterical, you know what I'm saying, hollering and stuff like that. But he started grabbing her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He started grabbing her like, mama, no, this, that, and the other. I was just standing back crying, but even young as I was, you know what I'm saying, it was just like, someone was telling me like, just don't touch her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I just stood back crying or whatever. We called the police. Police come, put us in separate cars or whatever, and took us to the station. So I wasn't able to really contact her. They had to contact my family, my grandmama, my father, and all them or whatever. So we was in there until the next morning, basically. You know what I'm saying? But even as a teenager, like they had questioned me. You know what I'm saying? And they really weren't supposed to be questioning no child that was 16. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like against the law. You know what I'm saying? But they had let me out that next morning, and my brother, they kept him. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking for him because that's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? Living in the house with my mama and my brother. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You know what I'm saying? So right then and there, my whole world turned upside down. You know what I'm saying? My mama gone, my brother locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lost, like, confused. So I get out the next morning, all my people there. You know what I'm saying? My grandma there, my father there, my uncles, aunties, everybody there, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to this day, like, you know what I'm saying? We still don't know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody locked up for it. and nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just been something tragic in my life that happened, you know what I'm saying, that I got to deal with on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying? Because I always just sit back and wonder, like, dang, how life would be if she was here with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what path would I be on, or, you know what I'm saying? Because, I was still had to go to school. I ended up dropping out of school and just all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I tried my best not to let my situation define, you know what I'm saying, how I move out here, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to stay out the streets as much as I could, you know what I'm saying? But I did a pretty good job, I think, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still good to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mama was 41 years old at the time, you know what I'm saying? And she used to spoil us, you know what I'm saying? Spoil me, give me whatever I wanted, drop me off at school, pick me up, all this, you know what I'm saying? So I was going to this high school at Thornridge at the time when this happened. And when school let out, I go across the street. It was a Foot Locker right there. I go across the street waiting on her to come get me. You know what I'm saying? Every day after school or whatever. So I'll be in there with the guys that worked in there. They had like a little rim up in there. We'd be in there shooting on the rim, and I'd just be kicking it with them until my mama came and got me or whatever. So when she made it up there to get me, whatever. And then when that stopped, when he saw that, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy's name was Randall Morgan, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget him because he the one after that happened to my mama, he gave me a job, you know what I'm saying? Up at that Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me like a source of income and, you know what I'm saying, a way to start taking care of myself, you know what I'm saying, more as a man. You know what I'm saying? I had moved with my pops at the time, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't never stayed with my father before, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we was bumping heads, you know what I'm saying? Cause there wasn't nothing I was used to, you know what I'm saying? Like my mama used to let me basically do what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? As long as I came in at a nice time or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But me and my father, we was bumping heads. I think when we really bumped heads, like I had a girl at the time. And I try to bring my girl over or whatever. Man, can't nobody be in the house. This, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? Why ain't no people, grown people there or whatever. But I really wasn't used to those type of rules because when I had a girl with my mama, I was cool, you know what I'm saying? Like we could chill, you feel me? Like, but so that was different for me to going over there then to that, you know what I'm saying? But I got to it with my father about that. So I ended up leaving. And, you know what I'm saying? My auntie Stephanie, she took me, you know what I'm saying? Like you come over here with me, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's my auntie who raised me, you know what I'm saying? Like ever since that really happened to my mama, you know what I'm saying? So I've been with my auntie, you know what I'm saying? She been there for me. And even my auntie Rachelle right here, you know what I'm saying? Like she always was there for me, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever I needed, you know what I'm saying? Like she used to give us the car, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like and just let us kick it. Like me and her son, like just let us do us, you know what I'm saying? Like we always been close from children, you know what I'm saying, since we babies, you know what I'm saying? So
So Marvin, I'm gonna ask you, like, from that day to now, like not in the long way but in the short way, like what do you feel like, do you still, I know you have your bad days, but at first was it a lot of bad days and a lot of crying, or was it just some bad days and you was just trying to comprehend, like what did it feel like for you, and then what did you do as a young person to help you through this process? Because even Kevin's gone and your mom gone. And then when like Kevin come home, but what is it that you're doing to stay afloat, to not go into like a deep depression or even go into a state of like doing certain things that may not be good for you? Gay, I'm gonna come right back to you as soon as he's finished. Okay.
Basically, I just, cherish the memories, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on to them tight. And um, I figure, like, if I go down the wrong path, it still's not gonna change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always try to just think in my head, like, what would she want you to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I made sure that I tried to always do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, as far as what she'll want me to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew she wouldn't want me crying, and you know what I'm saying, even though I had plenty days and plenty nights that I was, you know what I'm saying, broke down crying, and, Mother's Day, and holidays, and all them type of birthdays, you know what I'm saying? But it slowed down and it got better, you know what I'm saying, within the time. But it was a lot in the beginning.
Gay, tell me a little bit about what happened after you lost your. Well, for a lot of kids, but life as we knew it just changed. Mama was like our background, I mean, our backbone in every sense of the word. So much of her was embedded in all of us. And the younger kids, I had to feel for them because they took it really hard. But I could not imagine my life without my mother. So I'm trying to understand, am I supposed to go forward? Am I supposed to continue to live if she's not here? Me watching as not only my father, her husband, siblings, the family just continued to fall apart. He was in their own grief. The thing about it is that on it, we didn't grieve together. We all grieved separately. And it was tormenting. I had two kids that I was responsible for, so I was not able to take a lot of to just say I can't do this, I can't do this. I had to do it the best way I could because I was 16. She was teaching me a lot about life. So I lost my friend, I lost my mother, I lost my mentor, I lost my guide, I lost my comforter, I lost everything. And my father, you see the loss in him because he loved her still. But I'm watching my siblings just crumble. Everybody, all of us, just our lives just changed. And it was hard. It was hard. I I didn't know how to comfort anybody because I didn't even know how to do it myself. People on the streets, everybody knew her, and you look so much like your mother. Things like that made me feel good. When you are going through grief, a lot of people don't know how to grieve or what to hold on to because what you're really doing is you're trying to hold on to something that is no longer there. And when you cannot bring it back, you try to imitate it or try to find it somewhere in someone else so you can mimic it. You know, older women her age, I seen so many women that looked like my mom. And this lady said, they may favor your mom, but you miss her so much. That's why you see your mother and all these women. And then I just broke down. But I understood what she was saying, and she actually understood what I was saying. At that particular time in our history, drugs was rampant all over. And when that happened. I won't get into how, but when drugs came about, it numbs you. You don't feel. And that was like a relief of not feeling that pain. I couldn't even hate saying her name. It hurt so bad. I couldn't look at her pictures. It hurt so bad. And I just wanted to continue to be numb. But then I realized that's not the way to live, and it's not fair to my kids. And going into a rehab actually taught me some things about life that I know she would have shared with me. I happened to learn it. God blessed me to be able to learn it from another place. The grief was definitely there. If someone asked me to talk about my mom, I wouldn't have been able to do it without crying. I couldn't even say her name. But being there allowed me to have some tools that I could use to at least break the barrier that was holding me back. And I wasn't able to actually share with my siblings. And keep in mind, there's a lot of us, but I had to try to save myself before I could save anybody. It took me really over 11 years, and I counted them 11 years before I could actually tell the story of how she left us without breaking down. And when you go into detail, that loss is still there because, like Marvin was saying, if his mom was still here, you wonder what would his life be like. I wonder what my siblings' life would be like. So many of our lives have been really tragic in a lot of ways. We've been blessed here and there, but there's been some true tragedies as far as the progression of our lives. And with, to me, my auntie, your mother, was the closest thing to a mother for me. She was my mother's best friend. They were best friends. They were sisters. I've never seen sisters love each other as much as those two. And I know that that loss was devastating to her. It didn't matter to me what she may have been going through. She was still my auntie mother, to the point I was calling her mother. So let me ask both of you something. Um, do you feel like that? Do you feel like after these situations happened, did you get enough love from the people that were around you or responsible for you, and that helped you to be able to move forward, or did you just move forward because you had no choice? Marvin, do you want to go first?
Um, I feel like yeah, my people was there for me and loved me. You know what I'm saying? But there's only so much that do because
I can't hear me. He
I said
said that he felt like his people were there, but it was only so much that they're able to do.
yeah,
Um,
you
so
know,
what he's saying, he still was missing like key things in his life because of the loss of his mom. Okay.
then then I found music. You know what I'm saying? So then I wrote a song to my mother, and that's what really started me. You know what I'm saying? With that, I knew that I had some type of talent. You know what I'm saying? Because how I spoke about it, and you know what I'm saying. I still remember the song to this day. It's crazy, but I think it was like 2 years later because I wrote
Can
it
you
when,
send it?
and then I
Okay.
wrote it when I was 18.
He wrote a song to his mom, and that helped him to understand that he was an artist in the music industry. And so he said he still remembered the song. What I wanted to ask you, Marvin, did you ever record the song? You never recorded it?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I recorded it before.
Let's see
Yep.
if you can find it, because I would like to play it on my show,
Um,
along with some of your other music. Oh, go ahead, Gay. I started realizing that when you love someone is detrimental to you, people understand and they love you and they show concern and love, especially right then and there. Time passes, you're still grieving when people go on with their lives. And they know that you have this pain. You know, no one can feel your pain. He couldn't feel my pain. He couldn't feel the absence of the love my mama was giving me. They couldn't feel or understand the directions that she was giving me. Even through discipline, I realized how strong that made me, but I was not getting it from anyone. No one. So let me ask you guys this. So, we go through life and we have dreams, right? And as a kid, we may have dreams of being a fighter, a president, all different kind of things. In
mhm.
your life with your dreams, do they always include your mom? Like, not the fact that like your mom being there for your dream, but is it like I'm dreaming this because I want mom to be proud, or this would make mom proud? Is it just really your dream, or is she included in the dream? Or your admirations or whatever it is she always thought about? Do you always think about her? Like when is she just all do you always think about is really my question.
Yeah, yeah,
For me, pretty much every day. And that's not just exaggerating. Because I look at a lot of the gifts that I have and the knowledge and the things that her and my father gave me when I was young, can credit them for a lot of the knowledge and things that I do today that you instilled in me when I was young. So that, like being a lifelong learner, they was something that they kind of embedded in us, especially the older kids. And I tell a lot of people I'm a product of my mother and father, and I give them credit for a lot of things that I do right. You know, um, as far as when I grew up, those dreams have been long gone. But if I could just be as giving and loving God as much as my mom, I'd be peaceful. That to me is peaceful. Okay. I'd be okay with it. Had years to put that together, to make sense of it. Okay. Today I'm at peace with Marvin. I was saying, do you have like your admirations and your dreams? Do you include Karen in those? Like, do you still think about her when you think about how you gonna move and what you're gonna do? Is she still a part of that process like she was? I know probably not totally like she was if she was here because she'd be in your ear every day. But like, do you still like think about when you decide to make decisions, do you think about her with those decisions?
yeah, yeah. I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
I wanted to I wanted to ask, and I think that both of you guys, I know Marvin for sure have had some and you as well, Gay. Now that I think about it, yes. Okay. So I want to ask a question that someone had asked me or tried to tell me, and I couldn't agree with them totally and completely. But I was told that it doesn't matter how you leave here, the grief is the same. Like grief is grief, right? So I lost Michi and I lost him through murder. And then I lost my sister and I lost her through sickness. So there was two different examples of grieving to me. I want to ask you guys because I know Marvin, you've lost your aunts and uncles and well, not your aunts, your auntie and your uncle, and then, your grandma and then Gay, you lost Herman and, a couple of other people, Max. So I'm just asking, like, in reference to that, like, um, do you guys feel that they weigh the same, even though they're not your parent? Do you feel like when for an example for you, Marvin, even though Mima is grandma and she is very much like a mother, and I know that it hurt, like I know that it hurt really bad, but do you feel like there's a difference because of maybe um the not knowing that it's going to happen, just the suddenly of it? Do you think that, or is it just grief is grief? Is it just that we just grieving because we lost these people, or do you actually think there's a difference that may happen because of the way we lose them?
It's the way, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I say.
What he
Because
says. He said the way
yeah,
you lose
not
them.
the way you lose them because my auntie, Auntie Ann and Uncle Ronnie or whatever, and me, ma, I know, but they left a certain way, like being sick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my mother was taken from me. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. She ain't just leave, you know what I'm saying, like that. She was took away. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? That part hurt more. You know what I'm saying? Then my
Yeah,
mother living, then leaving by cancer, or what I'm saying, being sick or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it make you angry. You know what I'm saying? And you always got to try to, what I'm saying, try to keep your composure. You know what I'm saying, and not snap. You know what I'm saying,
yeah,
and
yeah,
go out the red. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main thing is just focusing, you know what I'm saying? And trying not to now I got kids and I gotta be here for and stuff like that. So you just can't let your emotions just control, you know what I'm saying, your moves because it only take a split second for your life to be gone, you know what I'm saying, down the drain.
yeah.
So
So Lillian, what do you think about that? Do you think that is a difference, or like grief is grief and death is death? From how you lost them can be a big difference. There are some things that happen that bring you closure. Say, for instance, Marvin said they never found who did that to his mom. That's not complete closure because he can pinpoint it at someone. The grief is still there. It's still great. And with you and me, it was all of a sudden. It was all of a sudden. We both lost these loved all of a sudden, which rips them from your life. And that's a difference. That's a different type of grief because you were not prepared to be without them. Now, my father, he was elderly, and we knew that eventually he would be leaving. I'm not going to say it made it easier for us to lose him. One thing that made it easier for me to grieve my father is when I seen him in his casket, and he looked like he was 20 years younger. It made me feel like my daddy is at peace now because I'm seeing it on him, you know. So I do believe that there's difference in a grief, especially it depends on your relationship with that person. If there was any things that you wanted to take care of with that person beforehand, if you plan to live the rest of your life with that person by your side, a lot of things. So grieving is not the same, and no one can measure your grief. No one can tell you when to stop grieving. Nobody can tell you that. It's a personal issue, and I think that anyone who does needs to really reevaluate their humanity. So, Gay and Marvin, check this out. So, you know, we live here on earth, and a lot of times we'll hear or a person will say, you know, it was written, it was just their time.
Yeah.
Um, it was, God planned it, When you hear those things, it may bring to some people maybe with a deep belief, like, because for me, it's like, okay, nothing really happens without him saying that it's okay to happen. And the other thing is that people gonna pass. That's just life. We all gonna pass, right? So, but for someone to come and make a decision that they have the right to take anyone's life, like that's a bit, that's way over the top. So when someone says that, do you guys feel like that? Like, everybody has a day and a time and an hour, and, it's already written of how it's going to be, and ain't nothing we really can do about it, or, it's just the way it is. Are we okay with that? Are we content with that? This just happened, and it was supposed to happen, or it was just planned to happen.
And that's what they say, but it make you question, what I'm saying, even though you ain't supposed to question God, you know what I'm saying, but it'll make you question, like, you know what I'm saying, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Because you want some type of answer, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just want to know, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they say it's supposed to be that, but you
When
be
he's
like,
done, tell me
you'll
what he
get to thinking,
says.
like, you gonna
He
have to be
said,
like, okay, um, if God planned this to be like this, why he had to take my mama from me? And, you know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's
right.
how it was 16 looking at her like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they say he don't put nothing on you that you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? But that
Yeah.
was deep for me.
I already know. So, Gay, he's saying that pretty much people say that, but it'll make you kind of question what's going on, or question God, because you'll be like, well, why my mom? And, why did you do this to me? Things like that. And so sometimes for me, I don't question God, but what I do know is that why not you, Rachel? Like, who are you that I can't do you like I do everybody else? You know what I'm saying? Because this murder thing is not anything new, and not only is it not anything new, it's happening at a astronomical speed or rate. Like we doing it like ain't nobody else doing it. Like this is our thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We kill each other. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's by a hand of someone that knows you. And even for me, yes, I knew them. For Gay, yes. For Marvin, maybe not, but I'm sure because ain't nobody coming to her house without her knowing them. So it's like,
Right.
what, and Gay, I'm gonna let you answer the question and then I'm gonna come back. So go ahead, Lillian. What do you have to say about that? When my mother passed away, she was a woman, and her and my Aunt Fanny, and we, through our religion, we was given promises of going to the hereafter, and it's going to be this way and that way. I was very, 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 very angry at God and taking my mother, and not only just taking her, but taking her the way she left. And of course, I was a kid too, same time. As I've grown, I've understood things that that was not explained to me later. And
we all must perish. We all will transition. I don't like to call it death because death sounds so final. And I don't believe that when we leave here, this is me today, when we leave here, that's not the end of us. I don't believe that. That is another beginning, as far as I'm concerned. Um, I've listened to different YouTube videos about people who have had near-death experiences, and they some of the glimpses of what they've seen on the other side. It seems to make sense to me, you know. I rather believe that there's something on the other side and it not be there than to not be there and not believe, you know. Another, when my mother first left, I did see a picture of her when she was put up. And I had dreams of her coming to me looking like that. And I told her not to do that anymore. And after that, when she came to my dream, she didn't. She looked like her normal self. So I do believe that their spirits in heaven that communicate with us, and they still do. And I don't believe that's the end of a person when they leave here.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Right.
You said you too, Marvin?
I feel like she always watching me, like from
Yeah, they be
days
making
that,
moves for you, don't they? Yeah.
yeah, you know,
So
that
if you could say something to, I'm gonna start with you, Lillian. If you could say something to your mom in a couple of sentences right now and she could hear you, what would you say?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for being my mother. I want to thank you for giving me the siblings that you've given me, knowledge that you've given me, grounding me in my life. That has given me a lot to make me the woman I am today. I am still part of you. And you have a lot. There's a lot of you in me. I'm going to make you proud.
Okay. Marvin, what would you say?
I would say I love you, I miss you. You're gonna forever live within me. And I just wish that I could have saved you that night. You know what I'm saying? Like that things turned out a little different, you know what I'm saying?
They say I wasn't gonna make it. They say I wasn't gonna make it. They say I wasn't gonna be here. But look at me, I'm right here. It's the best that a nigga still here. Look at me, I'm right here. It's the best that a nigga still here. They say I wasn't gonna make it. They told me wasn't gonna be shit. They told me to stay out the streets. But look at me, I'm still here. I'm married to the streets. My auntie love me, so she be worried about me. Give me kids, tell her don't worry about me. If I got it, she could get the world about me. Got my gun, I don't wanna hurt nobody. Get the best that a nigga made it. Too tough trial, tribulations. Never know what a person been through. Never know what a nigga will do. Never hesitate, a nigga will shoot. You could give a nigga, I'm out here, turn around and take an inch or two. Some people wanna see you down so they can smile, nigga, that's a bitch move. Incorporated the Millie Vooch, you mean yours, that's a business move. I'm still trying to get a distribution for a couple mil, that's a bigger move. Still trying to get my credit straight, fuck Section 8, I'm in the straight 8. I fuck with hoes, they keep it real, won't lie to me straight to my face. Loyalty over everything, all the real ones.